Welcome to
Midnight Circle,
From Your Friends at House of Whimsical Terror.
a chat about curious topics.
And today's topic is seances and such.
This is a great topic.
Yeah.
So much involved in this topic.
I'm afraid of seances, but I'm fascinated with them.
Yeah, I don't think I would participate in one, but I'd love to watch one. I might.
You might.
But maybe not. I don't know. Well, we'll see. Because today we are taking a tour of seances and the different ways people have sought to commune with the dead. Spiritualism, as we noted in our episode on Victoriana, was a set of beliefs popular in the late 1800s and early 1900s. Spiritualists sought to connect with what they often called that which is beyond the veil. The veil being the division between spirit and flesh, the earthly and the heavens, etc. Seances were a means to communicate with spirits of loved ones, famous figures from history, or just the random ghost haunting your home. So let's get started.
Yes, let's. And you and I are both fascinated with spiritualism that happened during that time period.
It's fascinating. And, the whole, the theater of it, but also the style.
The style.
Incredible.
So beautiful. Everything was so beautiful.
Yes.
At that time. And also, before we get started, we do want to mention that we have our beautiful Doberman with us today. We don't always, but
today we do.
When we're at your house, we have the fierce and elegant Doberman. So if you hear strange knockings or clatterings or gnawing on giant bones,
it's not because we're having a seance.
No, or are we?
You never know.
So, speaking of seances, Mary, imagine you are sitting in near darkness at a round table, and there are others that have joined you. So you hold hands, and the seance begins. A medium or psychic leads the seance by first asking everyone to remain quiet and watchful. The medium may chant a few words before they slip into a trance-like state. Easy for me to say. Trance-like state. They begin to ask questions of the dead. Are you here? If so, knock on the table. Can you tell us your name by tapping out letters? And other such information. As the tapping and rapping begin, you notice some white gauzy material seeping out of the medium's ear. Then you see a bugle floating a few feet from the table. Perhaps a spirit has been conjured, perhaps something more sinister. When it is over, you pay your fee, and with luck, you believe your wishes have been answered in knowing there is something beyond the mortal coil.
Ooh.
I have to tell you a short story since we had my brother on here as a guest for a few episodes, told some great stories. When we were young, I want to say I was about maybe 10 years old, 11 at the oldest. Maybe more like 11. I had a next door neighbor, and she was my age, and she lived alone with her mom, and we were really fascinated with seances. And I don't know why. We must have watched some movie or something that had that in it. So we decided we were going to have a seance, and her mom was freaked out. She was just like, no, this. She didn't make us stop, but she was not really thrilled
into it.
So we were calling on my friend's aunt. She wanted her aunt to come and make herself known because she had passed away, and she was really, really close with her aunt. So we were calling on her, and we were saying, please knock 3 times on the table if you're here with us. And we said it over and over again, and then called her by name. My friend's mother was like in the other room, kind of like peeking out and talking about how scared she was. And all of a sudden we heard knock, knock, knock. and we screamed,
Yeah.
and we realized that there was a knock on the door. So we ran to the door and opened it. There was no one there. So we freaked out. Her mother turned on the lights and said, "That's it, no more seances happening in the house." And I went next door, and my mom said, "What are you doing over there?" And I said, "We were just having a seance, trying to call, my friend's mother." And I looked, and there was my brother, and he was shaking. It looked terrified. And she said, because Brian came next door, and he said that there was screaming over there, and he came to get help.
Oh.
So it was him that knocked 3 times. But why did he knock 3 times right at that moment?
Oh.
That we're asking. Anyway, who knows?
Again, serendipity.
True, but
Synchronicity. And was it really him?
Was it? Did
we
something
know?
send him at that moment?
That's right.
Yep.
Oh, that's so scary. No wonder you don't participate in seances.
Well, no, that would be kind of a cool thing, but I just worry about other things coming
Right.
through, which is fabulously exciting, but also terrifying.
Terrifying. Truly. So we have to go back to your story about the seance itself, because you mentioned the white gauzy material seeping from the ear of the medium.
Oh, right, yes.
So that would be ectoplasm.
Mm-hmm.
And ectoplasm was thought to be an actual part of the veil that was breached by the trance-like state of the medium. And so mediums who honed their craft would manifest it from their orifices, nose, mouth, ears, whatever. But it would spontaneously appear during the seances. And unfortunately, it was actually and often a piece of muslin. The substance was mystifying, though, to those who were present, and it was regarded as a sign of an influential medium. Until one day, when the famous Mrs. Boyle had added some photos and news clippings to her ectoplasm, and the faces of famous and living people were recognized among the pictures, and her deception was unveiled.
Of course.
See what I did there?
Yes, unveiled.
Unveiled. I know.
So
well,
good.
hey, I had to throw it in. Yeah.
Yeah, and ectoplasm in actuality, I mean, we're talking about someone who is a charlatan, but it can manifest it to look like kind of a glowing blue or green essence. And I have seen that. I think I talked about it in one of the haunted house, the 9th Avenue house.
The 9th
story.
Avenue house.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'd seen something that was shaped like electricity, kind of a, I don't know if electricity, but like a glowing blue-green essence about human height.
That's terrifying and fabulous all at the same time.
Yes. So I believe that was ectoplasm, and I choose to.
All right. I'm
So,
with you.
Spirit horns were another manifestation that emerged during the popularity of seances. These contraptions were thought to amplify the voices of spirits. Harry Houdini, famously in search of a legitimate psychic, revealed the spirit horn to be connected to a hose where an accomplice would speak ghostly words into it. Table turning was another of the weirdly fond habits of spirits. Table turning would begin in the course of the seance, and the participants would witness as the table would begin to move from side to side. Well, until Michael Faraday, a well-known skeptic, identified that the table moving was a manifestation of those sitting around it, much like the self-fulfilling prophecy.
Very party pooperish.
Yeah,
but also very similar to what they say. That's what skeptics say about the planchette on the Ouija boards. Also,
self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yes, I'm not sure I even believe that.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Could be. So levers, wires, and all manners of things were employed to demonstrate connection with the dead. Unfortunately, most of these were debunked, and we are back to where we started. But don't lose heart, Mary.
Okay.
Because beyond the scope of the seance, oracles, shamans, and spiritual guides are still accessible even today, and many are legitimate in their interest in bringing comfort to the curious.
I would agree with that.
Well, I sure hope so. The most famous spiritualist community may be Lilydale, New York, which we talked about in a previous episode, or maybe it was Casadega in Florida.
Yeah.
These communities offer access to an attuned group of mediums who have studied and trained to find comfort in the company of spirits. Seances, readings, and lectures are at times offered by these communities for the public to enjoy. These are true gathering places with serious students of the metaphysical world and a desire to offer their healing to the world. Having surpassed the challenges that earlier charlatans created is a demonstration of their dedication.
I would agree with that. Of course, we believe in the metaphysical world, so that's
We do, yes.
Yes, and I do think that there's some truly excellent practitioners even today. So if you are in the search of a conversation with the dead, we hope that you will be a smart shopper, because the mesmerist that will part you from your money with generalized statements and flashy accoutrements is not the one you want.
Yep.
So look for those that are dedicated to study and interested in using their gifts for good. That's it. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the other side. Until next time, thanks for joining us.